All right, so you want to get into some World of Warcraft PvP add-ons, huh?
Sounds like it.
You want to know what's essential, huh?
That's the plan.
All right, well, lucky for you, we're diving deep into a Reddit thread that was from World of PvP, and the title of the thread was, What add-ons are mandatory for PvP?
Oh, boy.
And we all know, right, Reddit can be a little bit
Wild.
crazy,
It's a
right?
little bit wild, yeah.
But don't worry, we're here to make sense of it all
That's right.
and give you those golden nuggets of add-on wisdom.
I scrolled through the whole thing. And, there's a lot of different opinions out
Oh,
there.
yeah.
But, one thing that I saw a lot of was just this idea of information overload, especially for new players.
Oh, absolutely. I remember back in the day when I was first getting into add-ons, I was overwhelmed. There's so many, you know?
It can be too much.
Yeah, too much information can be just as bad as not enough, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
I think you got to start with the core stuff,
Yeah.
the fundamentals. And two names that came up over and over again were Gladius or Serena and big debuffs.
Okay, Gladius or Serena and big debuffs, why are those so essential?
Those are like your eyes in the arena.
Sure, yeah.
Gladius and Serena, they supercharge your enemy unit frames. So you're not just seeing health bars.
Right.
You see their class, their spec. You can see if their trinkets down, if they've used any big cooldowns.
Wow.
So you know when to push your advantage,
Right.
when to play defensively, when to switch targets.
So it's not just seeing the information right. It's like helping you interpret that information to your advantage.
Exactly. You can see when they're vulnerable.
Gotcha. Now, what about big debuffs? What makes that one so important?
So big debuffs. It makes all those buffs and debuffs
Yeah.
clear and easy to understand.
Because those little icons can be hard to see sometimes, right?
Yeah, especially in the heat of battle.
Right.
Big debuffs gets rid of all of the guesswork.
Okay.
You can clearly see who's affected by what
Nice.
and for how long.
Like, I don't have to squint to try to figure out if a rogue still has evasion up.
Exactly.
Oh, that's amazing.
You'll know exactly when that CC is going to wear off or when their donuts of cooldowns are down.
That's huge.
Yeah, so you can time your attacks perfectly.
Now, speaking of knowing what your opponents are doing, the Reddit thread also talked a lot about cooldown tracking, like with Omnibar and Omnicd.
Cooldown tracking is essential for high-level PvP.
Right.
Omnibar tracks all the enemy cooldowns.
Oh, wow.
So you know when that mage is going to poly you
Whoa.
or when that warrior is about to charge in and burst you down.
So it's like a little crystal ball telling me what's about to happen.
Pretty much, yeah. It lets you react accordingly.
Oh.
Like dodging abilities, popping defensives,
Right.
or even lining up your own cooldowns to counter them.
Okay, so that's Omnibar. And what about Omnicd?
Omnicd is all about teamwork.
Okay.
It lets you track your teammates' cooldowns.
Ah.
So you know when your healer's big save is ready, or when your partner's about to do a ton of damage.
Nice.
It's all about coordination and synergy.
So it's not just about me knowing my own cooldowns. It's like having that shared awareness of the whole team.
Exactly.
Okay, now I did notice that some players were saying they prefer to track cooldowns on their nameplates, like with add-ons, like nameplate cooldowns with ability team tracker.
Yeah, some people prefer that.
Yeah.
It puts all the information right there next to the enemy's name.
Okay.
It can
Yeah.
be more intuitive for some people.
Right, so it's all about finding what works best for you, right?
Exactly. There's no one-size-fits-all solution.
Right. It's about customizing your UI to
Right.
fit your own playstyle and preferences.
Exactly. And, speaking of customization, there was this one add-on in the thread that's specifically for battlegrounds called Battleground Enemies.
Oh, yeah, battlegrounds, those are fun. Oh, what does that add-on do?
So in Arena, you usually know who you're facing, right?
Right.
But Battlegrounds, it's a lot more unpredictable.
Yeah, it's chaos.
Yeah, exactly. Battleground Enemies lets you see the enemy team's comp
Oh, wow.
before the match even starts. So you can see what classes and specs they have and adjust your strategy accordingly.
That's smart.
Like if they have a lot of burst damage, you might want to play more defensively.
Right.
Or if they have a ton of healers, you might focus on CC.
It's like a little scouting report before you go in.
Exactly.
Now, all this talk about add-ons and the advantages they give, it brings up an interesting question. Do add-ons create an unfair advantage in PvP?
Yeah, that's a big debate in the WoW W community.
Right.
Some people feel like having access to more information gives certain players an edge over others.
Yeah, I can see that. What did people in the Reddit thread have to say about that?
Well, there were definitely some strong opinions. Some people were frustrated with how complicated add-ons can be to set up.
Yeah.
One guy even said, setting up add-ons is so bad, people are paying 20 months just to avoid it.
Oh, wow. What are they paying for?
They're talking about a service called Skill Capped,
Okay.
which offers pre-configured add-on packs.
So you don't have to set everything up yourself.
Exactly.
That makes sense.
It's like getting a custom-tailored suit.
Versus trying to sew one yourself.
Exactly.
So it takes all the guesswork out of it.
Yeah. And they also have other stuff like class guides and strategy tutorials.
So it's like having a personal PvP coach.
Pretty much.
That's pretty cool. But I imagine some players feel like setting up your own add-ons is part of the learning process.
Oh, absolutely. There's a real sense of satisfaction.
Yeah.
That comes from tailoring your UI to your exact preferences.
Right. It's like learning to cook from scratch versus using a meal kit.
Exactly.
Both can be valid approaches.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here. What are the key takeaways for our listeners?
I think the most important thing to remember is that add-ons are tools. They're not replacements for skill.
Right, they can help you.
But you still got to know how to play the game.
So it's not about finding the magic add-on that will instantly make you a gladiator.
No. It's about using add-ons to enhance your existing abilities.
Right.
Add-ons can level the playing field in terms of information, but they can't replace good gameplay.
Right, you still need good positioning, good timing. You need to know when to use the right ability at the right moment.
Exactly.
It's like having a high-tech GPS unit.
Yep.
It can guide you to your destination, but you still need to know how to drive the car.
I like that analogy.
So we've talked about some popular add-ons, but the beauty of WoW W is its customizability.
Right. As you get more experience, you might find yourself wanting specific features that aren't in those core add-ons.
Okay.
And that's when you can start exploring the vast library of add-ons and even consider making your own.
Wow, that's really cool. So this deep dive is just the beginning.
Exactly.
It's like laying the foundation for your own personalized PvP command center.
And remember, the add-on landscape is always changing.
Right.
New add-ons are being created all the time, and old ones are getting updated.
So you got to keep exploring and experimenting.
Yeah, and most importantly, have fun with it.
Now, before we wrap up, we want to leave you with a thought-provoking question.
Okay, hit me.
Knowing what you know now about these core PvP add-ons, what additional information or functionality would you personally look for to enhance your PvP experience?
What features would give you that extra edge?
Right. Would you want something that tracks enemy trinket cooldowns better?
Hmm.
Or maybe something that gives you more detailed information about your teammates' cooldowns?
Interesting.
Or maybe you have an idea for a completely new type of add-on that nobody's even thought of yet.
The possibilities are endless.
So let us know what you think. What would make your PvP experience better?
Yeah.
What information are you missing? Share your ideas with us. You might just inspire the next generation of PvP add-ons.
That's right. The WoW W community is so creative. There's always something new being made.
Yeah, it's amazing.
So get out there and experiment. Find the tools that will make you a PvP god.
Exactly. And remember, it's all about the journey.
Yeah,
Keep learning, keep refining your strategies, and most importantly, have fun.
absolutely.
Well, that's it for our deep dive into the world of PvP add-ons.
Hope you enjoyed it.
We hope you learned something.
Yeah.
Until next time, may your crits be mighty.
And your queues be short.